I teach you how to DJ. So this is going to be... I teach you. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I'm glad you've still got them.
I could sing some.
And we're good. I wasn't ready for your jokes today, honestly. 100 episodes of your jokes, but thank you for that.
I'm ready to party.
Welcome to episode 100 of Take a Break. Andy, we've got a balloon.
Oh, bless the team.
The team and a card.
No, not a card.
Hang on, what does it say?
What does it say?
Away. Oh, no, sorry. You should be super proud. 100. Congratulations, getting to 100 episodes of the Take a Break podcast. Here's to the next 100 from Adam, other Adam, and Alina.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Thank you, Alina.
Guys.
Adam's not in the studio this morning, but that is such a nice thing to come to. So what we'll do is we're going to put them there. Tell you what, shall we put the balloon on the floor in front? And it should show. Yeah, go around. So for those, while Andy's walking away, for those that don't know, we've got 100 episodes today. And Andy, I've got a special guest for you. I'll just go get him. You come back in. I'll go get him. You ready? I'm going now.
Okay.
Hi.
It's you.
It's me. A slightly different episode today. Look at the artwork on the TV.
You're Adam DJ.
Yeah, DJ Adam's in the room.
DJ Adam's in the house.
We've talked about it plenty on the podcast, and I suggested to you that I teach you how to DJ. So this is going to be... I teach you. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I'm glad you've still got them.
Thanks.
So today, what I want to do is take this opportunity to do something a bit different.
Okie dokie.
To teach you how to DJ, what it is. Obviously, you've got some experience with the Heritage Radio.
Heritage Chart Radio, absolutely. Yeah. Mike is currently in the studio doing his breakfast show.
Bless him. But what I've got today is I've got a load of royalty-free music that we can use when we're producing videos. So if anyone's going, where's all the classics? No.
Sadly not.
No, because there's copyright things and this, that, and the other.
I could sing some.
And we're good. So obviously, I'm going to give you the rundown today. But yeah, so all the music that we've got, what I've done is I've got some sort of dancey house music today.
Right.
So I can teach you the basics of mixing, because actually I'd say they're the easier songs to mix with. And we're going to go through with that. However, have you actually DJ'd before? Because what are you doing with Heritage Chat?
I don't actually DJ at all. I actually load the normal records into the chart, so it's in the playlist. But obviously, I then queue up the live DJs in the schedule of stuff. However, you have never not known this. In my early days, I used to be a roadie for my next door neighbour who did a mobile disco, and occasionally I took over and did some of the songs. When he was double booked, he sent me out, and I did it. And I was a DJ rocker, but it was much different back then. Lots of vinyl records.
Yeah, so, in fact, I've got this here. So, by the way, if you're listening, you might want to actually watch this episode today. We do put the videos on YouTube and Spotify. You can watch it, but this is very much a visual episode today, and we'd love to do it. But shall I just go get my records?
Go and get your records, mate.
Okay. There you go. Describe what you're seeing for me.
That's an exceptionally small, no larger than my small finger thumbnail USB drive.
Yep, so I've got one in my decks here. So this is a standalone controller, meaning I don't need a laptop to play. Obviously, I manage all my music in there. Yep. I do have a trusty USB lead where I can run the laptop off there.
Yes.
But actually, if I was to go to, do you know like when I did the House Is a Feeling?
Yes.
What I loved about that event was all I had to do was take this USB drive and these headphones with an extension cable.
Yeah.
I wear in-ear headphones if people are wondering.
Yep.
And I was like, and I felt, because I do a lot of mobile stuff, so we're setting up the booth and all of this. However, if I show for that camera, Alina, the deck camera, so just for those having a look there, so there is my USB drive, very small, and obviously in-ear headphones. And all I had to do was plug in the drive, plug in my headphones, yes, you take a spare, and away you go.
A lot different to when I did it, carrying boxes and boxes of 7-inch and 12-inch records.
Yes.
About 3 boxes we used to
do have some vinyl records at home, and I do love them, but I haven't DJ'd on them. No. They're actually ones that you wouldn't necessarily be DJing.
No, probably not.
So this is a Pioneer. The company have changed the brand actually to Alpha Theta. and they have a range of controllers, some that plug in. I wanted this controller because what this does is this mixes my sound.
Right.
It also allows me to have 2 microphones, so this top left section here. So what I might do, shall I take you through the decks?
Take me through the decks
Let's
and how it
show
all goes.
you what it's all about. So people always come over and they go, "How do you know how to work every button?" And I'm like, yes, because otherwise I wouldn't be good at my job.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be a DJ.
But actually, it's
I know
it's
what
a
that
lot
one is.
simpler.
That's on and on.
Yes, but that's for the microphone. So
I was right.
if I show you here, so lean on this camera, top left-hand side is, I'm just moving my mic in, top left-hand side is our microphone section.
Yes.
So I can control the lows, which are the lows, and the highs, which are like the tss, tss. Do you know when people are going 1, 2?
1, 2.
Yeah, they could say other things. You don't have to say it high.
Okay.
1, 2. What they're doing is they're checking the low, usually of the 1, like 1, and then 2, it gives you a t, t sound. So what they're looking for, because people are like, why are they doing it? That they basically need a plosive. This is what I learned from Jess. Is the term? It's a plosive. Plosive is like a p, p or a t. T is a bit different, but obviously you're looking for those noises and you're listening to hear if they're distorted.
Okay.
So that's why people say 1, 2.
What about check 1, 2? Because I've heard that as well.
Check 1, 2. They might be going for the k, k noise on the
Right.
check. Ch, ek. Like they're
Right.
trying to hear. So it's trying to hear if there's any distortion. And
Okay.
sometimes with the microphone, with the music's quite easy because the volume's high.
Exactly.
But
But I've been to places where they've had 2 people performing checks on either side of the stage. One was a Polish one and one was a Czech one.
I wasn't ready for your jokes today, honestly. 100 episodes of your jokes, but thank you for that. So,
But no, they do that either side because again, I must.
yeah,
admit,
yeah,
it's
you've
a
got to.
stereo.
Yeah, so sometimes you want to check both speakers are on, both speakers running, and this, that, and the other. So this area here controls your microphone. So I can plug 2 microphones direct into that unit there.
Right.
We've got this little section here, this rectangle, this small rectangle that says aux. That is a line in. So I've got a line that comes out the back of my decks, and I could plug a mobile phone in. I could plug an iPad in, whatever, and I can control that level by just this thing here.
Okay. So it's very flexible, multiple inputs.
Absolutely, and this is why I went for it. Equally, on this side, this is all your storage thing. So we're on USB 1 here for the music today. The next one I can put, I'm actually charging that light that we've got on. You'll see that soon. But actually, I can put my other USB stick that I put down,
Don't lose it.
in there as
Right.
a backup. So if one stick corrupts or I have an
They
issue,
do that, yeah.
I always take 2. I've also got a third tucked in my case with an older record library on there just in case. They're on there. But what I can also do is hit master record, and what it does is it records to the second USB drive.
Very clever. So you
If I
can
wanted to.
record your own sets.
So you can record sets, which is how I record my sets at home.
Yep.
What we then have, okay, so I'll go the platters are the big circles that you see here.
When I
And
used to
you'll
put
see-
the vinyls.
Yes, where you used to put the vinyls. Wouldn't do much good now.
No.
These move.
Gosh.
So Alina should be getting. Alina's getting audio there. We're going to watch out for feedback today as well,
Yes,
by the way.
we'll need to do that.
So the platters, obviously. Go on, have a go at that.
Go on.
Everyone wants to have a go. How's that sound, Alina? Good.
thumbs up.
You're a DJ, Andy. Look at you.
Whoa.
You're DJing already. So basically, this left side mirrors this right side. So everyone goes, all the buttons. But actually, these 2 sections here are exactly the same.
I'm just checking they are, aren't they?
Yep. So I've got 2 channels.
Oh, hang on. I found differences already, but never mind.
Yep, but that's this section here. So I'll show you this bit.
Oh, no, sorry.
No,
I
they're the same.
apologise. No, they are
Exactly the same.
No, I apologise.
So you see how we've
yeah.
got a number 1 and number 2. Basically,
Yeah.
this is a 2-channel controller. Some have 4.
Gosh.
Some have 4, and you plug in a laptop to open the other 2, and you'd have the other 2 sort of on your screen.
Right, okay. So they're
Some-
digital ones.
Some can run all 4 on there as standalone, but you've got to change your screen view, and you can only see 2. And that allows you to mix in. Okay. The other
got you.
thing that I could do is plug another deck in if I really wanted to into a line in. It's not specifically designed for that.
But
But
you
you can
could.
do
It's another input.
Yep. So what we've got over here, Q button. Do you know what Q button is?
It means line the song up so you can hear, but nobody else can.
Kind of.
All right, that's close.
Yeah, so that's the Q button here.
Ah,
So that Q button here, if you pop those headphones on,
I'm popping headphones on, people.
right, so hopefully it won't blow your ears out. You should be hearing that playing.
I can hear it. Nobody
Right.
else can.
Now they can.
Because
Now
you
they can.
put the volume
Because I
up.
put the volume up. Yeah, so what you can do is you can be listening to a track in the background while that's going there. Q button, what it does, I'm just going to show you. So if I keep pressing it, it just plays for for as long as I'm holding
But
it.
it jumps back to the start.
It jumps back to the start. Yeah. If I hit play, or you hit play, it plays. Pause, it pauses where it is. If I hit play and then you hit Q, it goes back to the start.
But it doesn't play again.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
So what you can do
auto-pause.
is you can use the Q button when you're listening to your headphones to jump back to the start. We've also got hot cues. Okay, so a hot cue is allowing you to jump, and this is where digital really comes into its own. Obviously, you can't necessarily do it with vinyl. You start to be able to do it with sort of CDs, but it'd be reliant on technology to digitally remember where to go.
Okay.
So hit hot cue one, that first one there, sorry. And then hit the second one. Oh, you did it to the beat as well.
I did.
So what you can do is jump through the various parts of the song.
Okay.
Right. So if you look on the bottom here on the screen, you see how we've got A, B, C, D, E?
Yeah.
So if I press E, it jumps to the end.
And then if you press, I see, it's come to there now.
Yep.
And it's now, okay, I get you.
Yep. So then if we hit
Yeah.
Q to stop it and go back, I'm just going to turn the speaker volume down. Pad. What else are you seeing on here?
What do you mean, what am I seeing on here?
What are you seeing on
Oh, physical speakers as well.
Yeah, so they are, at the moment, they're just booth speakers for us to run out on, and that's so we can hear it in the studio. The other buttons that you've got, so what I'm going to teach you is a loop. So see how we've got these two yellow buttons, top corner. So loop allows you to loop the track.
Gotcha.
So what you're going to do, on the beat, this is testing your musical skill, hit play, and then you're going to go, so you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Right, so what I've done there, if I just clear that loop and then go back to start. So what I've done there is I'll do it one more time. In, 2, 3, 4, out.
I'm with you.
Right, that's a loop. What you can then do, half the loop. You get the idea.
I get the idea.
Okay. Do you want to have a go at looping?
I will have a go at looping. Clear the loop.
So play the track. There you go. So now you can half the loop. There you go. Okay, so you can loop tracks.
DJing.
So why that is good is you can take a 4-beat section of a song, and I do this all the time, put it in a loop, and then what I do is I will bring that in
Yep.
to the song that is ending.
Yes.
Because some songs don't have big intros, but if I can find a 4-beat section that's clean with just drums, I can bring that in. I'll come into that.
Yeah. We used to do that, but we had to have a 12-inch record on here.
Yep.
And then a 7-inch record on there, because you'd learn over the weeks and months that I was doing it, I'd learned that that record had a slow intro, but I wanted to lead into a good beat song.
Yep.
Because, of course, again, you've got to play with the audience. So you always used to play the audience for people that wanted fast dancing music, but then you had to listen and think, well, I'll give the, forgive me, oldies a chance.
Yep.
Yeah. But then to bring it back up, I'd be on the microphone going, and there we go, there's all for the 50s and the 60s. Hope you've all loved this. But I'd have a really good, funky 12-inch song of something, and then I'd have the same song over here.
Yep.
That allowed me to take the old record off. That would start playing, but people would recognize, I know what that song is. It's the funky version of, and then I'd put it on there, get the intro, listen on my headphones, because I had to do it manually, and I would manually fade it in.
Absolutely. And we're going to come on to, I'm going to get your beat matching in a minute.
Oh my gosh.
So there's a button called quantize. What that means is basically you can set the quantize setting. So if I take quantize off, to give you an idea, it's probably easier if I play a track on this side. So these tracks are in sync.
Got you?
Right, in fact, I've looped that, right, so that's just going to repeat. Now, quantize, if I turn it on and then I press, if I then press the button, sorry, I should have had it up then.
Yeah.
If I then press the button, it depends on your quantize settings, but it pretty much gets you on the beat. You can set it at half beat and this, that, and the other. If I turn that on without quantize and I press it whenever I want,
That just cut in.
yeah, so quantize helps you get it on the beat.
Yep. Hang on.
Yeah, do you see what I mean?
And
But-
that's digitally doing it.
Yeah, but so it gives you like a half beat this sounding okay, by the way? Is this sounding okay? Yay. Voice is a bit low. We'll get close to the microphone. Okay, so obviously with quantize, what you can do is you can go half beats.
Right.
You can go quarter beats, eighth of the beat, this, that, and the other. Okay. With that on, it helps you hit that beat.
Gotcha.
Okay. The other thing we've got is a thing called slip. So if I turn slip on, you'll see it's gone red. If you now drag the disc, go and let go. So slip, see how it keeps jumping forward? So I was trying to use that example there.
Yes.
So what it does is the song keeps playing regardless. So if I did this for 10 seconds, it will jump. See how the song's still playing?
Yep.
It will jump to where it was.
Yep.
Okay, so that's all slip do. The other button that we've got, reverse.
You just rewind
Just
it.
plays it backwards.
Yep.
So you can use slip and reverse to actually sense the tracks.
Yeah, yeah.
The other thing that I find, if a DJ is coming off and you've gone in with USB sticks, they can be quite nasty and press the reverse button.
That's very clever, Evan. Sorry, nasty.
Yeah. So there was one gig where I went to and you started playing the music and it was playing it all backwards. And someone's going, "How good are you going to do this?" I'm like, hit the reverse button, because these actually mirror pretty much the top flights. There's then things like tempo. You can choose how much the tempo slider goes. So if we hit play, bring the volume up. Is that volume okay? Yep. Obviously, people, I'm just checking with Alina because she can hear the feed.
Don't want to blow her poor ears. Does he go up to 11, by the way?
Yeah, let's go to 11.
Yes.
So what we're going to do here, make it faster, make it slow, and they were on traditional records.
I just used to play 45s at 78.
Yeah, moving on. We've also got things like beat loops, which is kind of like the loops there, but they're pre-programmed, so you can just go, I want a whatever beat loop.
And is that taken into account the song itself? It knows.
Yeah, it just sticks to the beat that it's at and does it. So you've got slip loops, which are kind of like when you tighten the loops.
Yeah. All right, I'm with you.
Yeah, so they're just and then beat jump. This is actually really handy because I could be like sat there and the song's taking a bit of time, and I can. You don't really. I'm skipping forward 8 bars at a time there.
But because of the song, they think it's just part of it.
But this is where if I turn quantize off and I go, it doesn't necessarily stick to the beat. Quantize, make sure it
jumps to the right beat at the right time.
Yeah. Okay, so there is things like jog mode, vinyl mode. So the idea is if I turn that vinyl button off, the platter no longer works. We're no longer scratching.
Because we're not in vinyl mode, it thinks it's vinyl mode.
Yeah. Okay, you can also set it so it slows down. And then you've got track search, so you can like skip to the start of the track, end of the track, and this, that, and the other. That is exactly the same on the right-hand side.
Got you.
Okay, middle bit is these are all the volume knobs.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got lows, which are your drums, mids, mid sounds, highs, which are kind of sounds, trims at the top, that's so you can monitor your levels here, and then that I had you turning up before is the master out, and that shows you levels. So in the middle of the things, you've got all your levels here. You can see we don't want any reds.
No.
Okay, reds are distortion. That's not good. This section here, we've got a thing called parameter. So if I hit filter,
yeah.
So you start being able. This is sweep.
Each got its own subtle difference there.
Yeah. So this is space.
The final frontier.
Exactly. Well, yeah. Quite fitting given the track.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then you've got things like crush, noise, dub echo, things like that. Okay. And then you can decide how strong it is. This is the volume in your headphones.
Right.
Q. So when you're like browsing, you can then listen to the various things that you want to do. And then here you've got a fader. What I like about these decks is I can turn it off.
Right.
Okay. At the moment, I generally DJ with it turned off. So if I turn that on, and then I'll just play that track again. So all it's doing is crossfading it.
Again, we used to do all of this manually, and there was times, and I learned off a very nice gentleman who was teaching me, you would get to learn some of the songs, and in some of the songs, you would find that this particular song on the left would have a slow, sort of like, middle bit of the intro. That bit would have that, and he would literally flip and make his own song, a little bit like scratching back in the day, but with those vinyls, you couldn't really do it. So he used to use different songs, and he would create his own mix, which is very good.
So people do use that for. If I go right over, there's like different settings.
Yeah.
So people do scratch like that using that crossfader.
Yeah.
What you'll find is the electronic music people, generally speaking, they'll use it on certain things, but what they'll do is they will then choose when to use it as well. They're not always using it.
Yeah.
My other controller at home, you can't turn it off. It's just on.
It's on. So you have two of these, or two sets.
I've got not one of another one of these. I've got a controller that plugs into a laptop.
I'm with you.
And I take that from the back.
Good.
What if it's broke?
Yeah.
Really important. So the right side's exactly the same. What we've got is some more effects on this side. Okay, so you've got 6 effects there, but I think there's about another 12 there.
Yeah, looks like it.
So if I let's just take you to, I'll do a beat section. Okay, so if I just show you, so we've got echo.
Pardon?
Very good. So what you can do is you set it to the decks. So there I've dropped the mic volume away.
Yep.
It echoes away. Delay. Just different ping pong.
Yes.
Spiral. Need to turn it up for this one and down.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm with you. Subtle, but
Reverb.
yeah, we can get that.
So sometimes we'll put that on the microphone.
Yeah, because we want people to have the effect.
Yep. And then there is filter again, actually. Slightly different, obviously. And this beat effect sections runs to the beat.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So there's a whole
Plethora.
pitch.
No, plethora.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a whole host of effects. That is all managed on this section here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let the song play. All right. And I'm going to teach you how to beat match your first song.
Okie dokie.
All right. Does that sound okay, Alina? Can you still hear us all right?
Could you kill the lights, please?
Let's go into full RGB mode.
Yeah. Right. How are you feeling about DJ?
I'm ready to party. Yep, struggling with the lights there, my friend. Oh, they, oh. For those listening, he's just literally messing, fiddling with the lights, trying to get them to do multicolour, but it's just yellow pulsating. There's a purple, there's a blue. It was before, but you're not very good. Yeah, just leave it to the music. Leave them on blue.
Okay, so what we're going to do, on this screen here, you can see your track that's playing. If we tap the time, it tells you time elapsed or time remaining. Obviously, we want to know time remaining.
Yes.
Because obviously we're running backwards and forwards. You'll see on the right-hand side, it tells us our BPM.
Yes.
Yep, so that's this slider that we talked about.
Yep.
If it's at 0, that is the BPM.
Default track. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you've obviously got the waveform that we can see coming through here.
Correct.
It also tells us if I'm playing off USB 1 or USB 2.
Yep.
Also tells me the key of the track.
The key. I've got the secret. I've got the key as well.
That is a good track. So
you are now selecting and sorting using a tiddly
I've
button.
sorted by BPM for this.
Ah, you clever.
Because I also want to show you something. Because what the beautiful thing about technology is, see how that music symbol B,
Yes.
B sharp or whatever it is, that is selected. That's highlighted in green.
Yes, it is.
That means that song will mix in key. Now you could do a whole podcast on mixing in key. All I'm going to tell you today is because that's green, it mixes in key. But essentially, what you've got is a what do they call it? It's a wheel.
Yep.
Can't remember what the wheel's called. And it tells you how you can mix up a key, mix down a key, go up a half key, this, that, and the other. All you need to know today is because it's green.
It's good. G
It's
for green,
good.
G for good.
Yeah. So what you're going to do first, Mr. Reed, is you're going to set the BPM. I'm just going to put that back to where I have it. So set the BPM. It's on 128, the new track.
But that one's on 127.
Yeah, so slide that up.
Up, sorry.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go.
Yep.
That matches.
Stick your headphones on.
I'm going to stick my headphones on, people.
Right, so you guys won't be able to hear this, but Andy can hit play. And what you can do is press through the hotkeys to have a listen. If you go there and then these buttons. Do you see how it's A, B, C, D along the track?
Yeah. Where's the microphone level? It used to be up slightly. The headphones level.
Oh, yeah.
That's better.
So use these hotkey buttons to jump around the track. So normally when you see a DJ with the headphones on, what they're doing is they're listening to the track and going, right, what could I mix into? What could I mix out of? What fits? You know, because a lot of people often see a DJ, a song will be playing, and you're like, what are they actually doing? What they're often doing, just like you're doing now, you're having a little listen and going, right, where can I bring that in? If I'm looking at it without the headphones on, I'm like, right, we've got a bit of an intro with no drums, so what we can do is get ready to bring that in.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is do that. Let's hit Q to go back to the start.
Yeah.
I'm just going to jump ahead and then I'll tell you what to do.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
Get ready? 2, 3, 4. Right. So now we're bringing that volume up. So bring that volume up for me. See, we're slightly off with the beat. So what we need to do, tell you what, let me pull it back a second.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, it's hard to hear the music.
Of course it is, yeah.
So we're going to go, quantizers on, so get ready when I tell you. Right, coming up to the end of a phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4, play. Right, now, pushing the platter with the edge, line up those red lines.
Oh, which red lines? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so push it that way.
Whoa,
So don't press down, because there's a press down. Right, so now push it that way, to the right. So come around the side like this.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Gosh,
that's
it's
why
right.
that- yeah, it's so
my goodness,
sensitive.
it's so sensitive.
Right, so now bring the volumes up.
Oops, sorry.
Up. Now, we're going to swap these two knobs here. So these are the low knobs.
Yes.
So go bang. We'll just do it on a jump. Do it on the end of 4. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we've got doing now is the mids are playing on the right track. That's that noise. On the left track, we're bringing the next track in. Get ready. Swap those now. 2, 3, 4. Oh, look at that. He hit the vocal.
I did.
You're a DJ. Right? And then all you do is take away the other track. So
Of
what
course.
we've done is we've isolated sections of the track there.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go find another track here. In fact, tell me, how was that experience for you there?
That was really good. I felt as though I was getting into the beat. I actually felt, even though you were telling me 1, 2, 3, 4, I'd guessed it because I was getting and hearing what this was saying, as well as listening on this track as well as the other one. So that's why I actually got it smack on time.
All right, have a listen to this.
Very good.
It's all a bit of fun, isn't it?
It is.
But the thing is, it's quite addictive, that, isn't it?
Yes, it
That
is
feeling.
very addictive of getting it smack on. I can see why you are getting hyped up and people getting really into this.
Yeah, so let's have a look here. So what I'll do is I'm quickly gonna bring this next one in. Right, end of phrase coming.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. Ideally, you'd mix those over the other,
Of
but
course.
obviously because we're talking. So what we're gonna do, we'll line up the next song for you.
Yep.
Okay, if you notice, some of the songs now have changed. So 1993, that song there,
Yep.
that is now showing us, oh, it'll mix in key.
That's because we tuned it to 127.
No, that's the tempo.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so
Right.
mixing in key is the pitch of the song,
Right.
the sort of where it
Not
sits.
the beats per minute.
Yeah, where it sits. So what we've actually done there is we've changed the key that we're working with. So what you're going to do now, we'll load that. You don't have to always mix in key this way. Like if you've only got a drum playing.
Well, exactly, yeah. There's no really
Fine.
reason.
Right, so what I want you to do, have you seen how I've already been through and hot queued these tracks for you, by
That's
the way.
very kind of you.
Right, have a listen to the start of the song. Tell me what you're hearing. So I'm going to just hit play for Andy. We can't hear it. You're already at the right tempo. So what are
Turn
you
this up
hearing
again.
there?
Headphones.
You getting that?
It's like people talking,
Yeah.
like a crowd noise and
Right.
murmuring,
So
background noise.
I've already gone through, and this is what I mean. So this is the bit people don't see about DJing.
No.
I sat there yesterday checking the tracks. So
You
here,
mean Alina, he wasn't working then. He was just playing.
I told him that I was doing it.
All right, okay.
You got a beat.
Yes, I
Yeah.
have.
Right. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring that beat over on top of this track that we're playing. So we've
Right.
got a minute left on the right hand side. Do you see how we can look at the waveforms, the shape?
Yes.
Do you see how we've got that lump at the end?
Yes.
So what we'll do is we're going to bring that in. So turn your lows down, turn your mids down to the left. Right. So what we're going to do, you're going to bring that up. Nothing's playing at the moment on the left side.
That's paused.
Yeah. And what you're going to do is when I count you in, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and hit. And
Yeah.
you're going to hit that A hot cue. Right?
This one here. Oh, sorry. This one here.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Bang. Right. See, we've got a beat clash now.
Yes.
So mix
Yeah.
that right with the fingers on the edge. Go the other way. Listen for it. Oh. Right, now swap the basses on an end of a 4. Just do. Ready? And hit. Yeah.
It's addictive.
And then we've not crashed the intro, so that song there is a bit of an intro. The idea is this is holding, yeah? So what you're also doing is, I see it as like you're on a train. The music's always got to be playing.
Yes.
And you're trying to fit in. Now, don't get me wrong, when I'm playing weddings and I'm going from something like a dancey tune like this to ABBA,
Yes.
the good thing about ABBA is the start of the song is just
Yeah.
the piano ring thing,
Yeah.
all right? I just let that play out because everyone identifies it. So sometimes it's just about pressing
It is.
play.
It is absolutely.
Yeah, but being able to understand a bit of looping and this, that, and the other, it allows you to do that. So we're going to put this one in. Have you got any questions so far?
What got you all into this?
When I was younger lad, there's a local company, Locomotion Discos, that was ran by Miles' dad. Miles runs MDOC Entertainment.
I've heard you mention him before.
Yeah, so he's the guy I work with. As in, this kit all here is mine.
Yes.
Okay? But the kit that he has, he's got booths, lights, speakers. We can have 7 gigs out. I'm out tonight DJing a wedding. And I'm out tomorrow night DJing in Barney for Jess, who was on from the Hullabaloo, by the way.
Well, that's the question. What are you doing for the weekend, Screwed?
Yeah.
I won't
I'll
bother
say
asking
it
it.
So how I got into it was I was hanging around with Aaron, my mate, and Miles is his cousin, and they were behind the booth doing it. So I had a little go myself.
Yeah.
And then essentially what happened is I didn't touch it for years.
Mm-hmm.
2019 comes around, and I go on a stag do, and one of the lads had some decks. And I came back from the stag do. I was like, I'm going to do that. And everyone was like, no, you're not. I was like, I'm going to get some decks. And the plan wasn't necessarily doing things. I was doing it to like mix some music in. Sorry, I'm just having a look. I'm going to mix the next track for you.
Yeah.
So what I'm looking for there, just before I say, see how it's like less here?
Yes.
So I'm waiting for the big bit
Finished.
to finish. I'm going to line it up.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so I'm just going to start. Because this second track, so let the phrase of the other song finish. Very different genre, different style of song, but you get the idea. So basically, yeah, stag do happened. I then started doing, lockdown happened. I then started doing Zoom discos for the kids.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't have the birthday parties.
Yeah.
I'm going to change the track up a minute. They couldn't have the parties, so I started doing that. And then someone else went, oh, could you do it for us? And because I know my tech and this, that, and the other, I was sharing the feed through there. And then Dark Tri Club went, could you do our Christmas party on Zoom? So I did that. And then Miles ended up stuck with no one to cover. He's reliant on individual DJs to step in and cover, right? He's completely at the mercy of the people that he works
Well,
with,
of
right?
course he
Because you
would
can
be,
only
yeah.
physically be in one place at a time. So he rung me and he went, and we work with Miles from a Hubspoke point of view. And he went, I know you're DJing, I know you're doing it again. Can you help me out? Can you go to this party? I'll put all of the, I'll put my gear, my laptop, and everything else in there. I just need you to go and do it. Turns out 21st are actually one of the hardest parties I think to DJ.
Right, okay.
Because you've got, I'm going to air quote, really young and less really young people. The less really young people want all of the classic Motown tracks and this, that, and the other because they're very family affairs.
Of course.
21st, and then the younger crowds are wanting the latest tracks out of Ibiza.
Yes,
So you can play one thing for them. It's about playing something for everybody, right?
of course it is.
But normally, when you're playing one thing at one side, the other crowd are coming up and saying, "Could you play? You know, if you're playing dance music, could you play Motown?" You start playing Motown, the young crowd, "Could you play dance music?" And it's like you've got to cater for everybody.
When
So
was doing
I
it-
quite enjoyed that.
No, but when I was doing it, again, you had to do that. You always had the parties, the weddings, the discos, whatever, and you would always start off with the records that everybody knew, and
Yeah.
then I deliberately started going back in time, as we used to call it, and then you'd get the older generation coming up, so we'd literally have a bit of Elvis, a bit of rockabilly, a bit of
Yeah.
rock and roll, but then you'd say, now, I'll have a couple of well-known tracks from the 60s, 70s,
Yeah,
80s, and then you'd bring it back up to date, so there was the crossover, where obviously some of the older people knew some of the 70s and some of the younger people knew some of the 70s, and you would literally have the dance over cross. And again, that is a skill to learn, because what you do not want is an empty dance floor.
Yeah, but here's another example, right? So learning how to use all the buttons,
Yes.
in air quotes, is one thing, right? But actually, what it means in reality is, I'll get a group of people on the dance floor, and I go, right, I've got you for 4 to 5 songs,
Yes.
right?
That's about
I could keep playing bangers,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter what I do. They will go, I'm going to go to the toilet, I'm going to go get a drink, I'm going to go get some fresh air.
I am pooped because I've been dancing so
Yeah, I've been dancing for a while, and this, that, and the other. So what you find is people will do the bit and then go. Sometimes you can keep for longer, but what that means as a DJ is you've got to be able to turn the dance floor over, is what I call it.
Yeah.
So first of all is hooking someone in. So what you're playing is all sorts of music, and I don't just play this stuff, and this is like, say, licensed royalty free music we can use and we've got licenses for. What we really need to focus on is the fact that, you know, I'm there to play for everybody else.
Yeah.
And my son, he can run all of this, by the way. He can play all of this gear. He knows how to do it. He's doing his year 6 disco in a few weeks' time. I'm
Nice.
not allowed behind the booth. I've set it all up and he does it all because he knows what he's doing.
yeah, God bless him.
So the trick is going, right, I've got a load of genres to do. I've got loads of things to kind of cover for everybody. What am I doing? With the crowd, who am I
Yeah.
trying to bring in? Have I got, you know, an older crowd in that would want to listen to, you know, Motown and the classics like that? Have I got a crowd that particularly like disco? Sometimes you got people that are very like, I like Northern Soul and that's all I
gosh,
like.
absolutely, yeah.
So
yeah.
you got to go, how can I play Northern Soul for somebody? You know, because you're trying to cater for everybody.
You are.
And it doesn't really matter what my musical interests are.
No.
In fact, it really doesn't matter. My musical interests as a DJ need to be broad, right? So I need to know that K-pop Demon Hunters is the highest streamed thing on Netflix.
Yeah.
And all the kids
Yeah.
go nuts for Golden and Soda Pop.
Yeah.
And all I have to do is I walk in, and quite often when you arrive at party, people aren't doing it. So my strategies are, if there's kids there at the party, play Dance of the Night, which is the song from Barbie by Dua Lipa.
Yeah.
And then I'll play, you know, I could play George Ezra Shotgun.
Oh, God, yeah.
Things like that that will just sort of engage with the kids. But then if I put Golden on, the kids are like, wow, amazing DJ, you know, sort of thing. And I also watch out on social media
Yeah.
to see what's trending and this, that, and the other. Because that is steering musical choice a lot as well.
We used to listen a lot to the top 40 back in the day because, again, you had to determine what was the best songs to play at the time. You know, songs that were dropping out of the chart, you were like, okay, people liked them, but if they were good banging tracks, you'd still play them. And obviously some of them still became classics. Like Caroline by Neil Diamond. It's like
Yep, still play that.
everybody will get up and sit it. And you've got certain songs. So you've obviously spoken there about songs that the Shotguns, the Georges and stuff, we always used to have that one. We used to always have songs that effectively you would say everybody would know. So my sit was, when everybody sat down during the meal, and nobody's dancing, you would always put songs on that everybody know. They weren't get up and dance songs, but you could see people singing, dancing away, and tapping to the beat. And what my tactic was that you would then obviously lead up to the cutting of the cake, the slow dance, but then it's like, right, everybody, let's hit the dance floor.
Yeah, and that is the real hard challenge.
Reading the
sometimes.
room was the hardest thing, and I think in terms of what I used to learn from, his name was Sharky, it was Sharky's Disco, but what I used to learn from him, and doing the actual records I actually found quite easy, swapping it from things, he would teach me and go, read the room. Yeah. He says, what you don't do is you don't have a banging track like ABBA Dancing Queen right down to a slowdown of Glenn Rise to a Cowboy by Mr. What's His Name, Glenn, because you've lost everybody. Yeah. But if you need to give the chance for the people, like we were saying for the oldies, he went, go back in time, but choose specific songs that gently bring down the genre or the tempo, so you lose some of the younger children, but some of the older people get up because they want to cha-cha and they want to do the twist, and then you bring it back up. Yeah. That was the hardest thing learning. Reading the room, going, why have you lost them? And he would go, right, the reason being is that particular song, maybe, and sometimes you do get it wrong as a DJ. You put a song on and you're like, okay, I misread the room.
But that's where requests are a real challenge. So people come up to you and they'll go, I want a song, I want this song, I want this song, I want this, I want this, I want this. And you're like...
And none of that fits.
Sometimes it does.
Yes.
As in, most of it's usually fine. You get these odd ones. So what do I have? All Right Now.
Yeah.
And I was like, not necessarily. Like, we were doing, they wanted some 90s dance, the party person. So quite often people will give me either a Spotify playlist, and I'm like, I'm not just going to play a spot. You don't hire me if you just want to play a Spotify playlist. What you hire me is me to play for your party, right? Me to play for your people. Also, people often don't realise that actually what happens is that turnover on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if you want an empty dance, because I had one wedding a while ago that he goes, right, the first 20 songs are like Motown and disco. The next 20 are rock. The next 20 are indie.
Do you want to get paid on the DJ?
Yeah, and I was like, awesome songs. Like, I can do those, and some of them, there was like punk stuff, there was Offspring, Green Day, things like that. And I was like, great, I can play all of it, but don't do it, let me do it in the way I need to do it.
Absolutely, well, that's why he hired you.
Yeah, exactly, and he went, absolutely. But we've also had it where people go, no, play that playlist in that order. We're like, why have you got us? What people don't realise is we're watching people all the time.
Yeah.
In terms of how can we bring the next group in.
Absolutely.
So tonight, I've been requested to play a load of Kenyan tracks.
Ooh.
So what do I do there? Well, Spotify playlist.
Yeah.
Spotify's now integrated actually with Rekordbox. So I'm going to plug my laptop in tonight and I can pull it straight through. And I've done all my prep. And this is the thing that people don't see.
Yeah, of course.
I do my prep. And it's important to do your prep. Because if you're not, yes, like I'm going to show you in a second. I'll just play some tracks in the background while we're going. I need to check this other one. Did it sound alright, Aline?
Yeah. She's boogieing.
There we go. She's got the master mix, so I've got no idea how I can hear us here and what sound I've got over there. So, yeah. So tonight, Kenyan tracks.
Right.
I did a party where there's loads of Romanian tracks requested. But they didn't give me the Romanian tracks, so I was like, please, can you give me the tracks to play? Like, give me a clue, and I'll do it. I'll absolutely do it. So that's a huge part of it. But if I just, while this is playing, at the risk of it playing out, but if it does, it does. Right. So as I'm going to scroll here, and I want you not to say those.
No.
But let me go to the top. So ignore that. Right. What does that say there?
Build.
So that's an empty playlist.
Yeah.
But I do it so it separates. What's first?
Pre-party.
Right. So that is you're sitting down, people are arriving. These are the songs that are great songs.
Absolutely.
But are not necessarily the songs people would dance to.
Correct, I get you.
Okay. What's this one?
Oldies background.
Oldies background. Yeah, so they got like all the young dudes, You'll Never Walk Alone. Here,
I love all of them.
Yeah, I love all of them. They're fantastic, right?
Absolutely.
So, pre-party, general, if I need some oldies songs, and what I'll do is I'll change between them. I won't just sit in one playlist. Pre-party mixes, I've got some disco mixes that run for like an hour.
Yeah.
They're handy. Relaxing jazz. So I could that's some of the nice establishments want some jazz music or piano music. Now albums, they're just general pop songs, so I'll put them all there. And then, what does this say here?
Parties.
Right, what does that say?
Party time.
Right, party time is everybody.
Yeah,
In my world, party time is everybody, okay? Then what does that say?
Gen Alpha, Gen Z, Millennials, Boomers, Young Farmers.
Young farmers. Yeah?
Is that where the movers are?
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good. That is bad.
Hey, that's
right. So
40th party. Yeah,
40th
exactly.
party.
21st.
40th party in Millennials is similar. It's just that's croissant. No, that
But this is, you're right.
Guys.
This is what you do. This is what you do to prep. Sadly, when we were doing it out on the road, you would never know. You would literally turn up because you had your records, your stuff there, and you're like, okay, if I haven't got it, I haven't got it. Someone requests a song, and you've got to, in the first 20 minutes, half an hour, is the key thing, because you're looking around going, there's a lot of kids.
Yeah,
there's a lot of this. There's a lot of
who's
that.
going to play? And what? See, I've got this button called tag.
Yes.
Tag list. So what I can do is I can go through the playlist here. So let's go back. And this is what I love about the thing. I'm not in my laptop. I can see it on screen. It's nice and visible. And if I go like there, I've got eras, 90s, 60s, because I automatically make sure that I tag each era.
Correct.
I've got EDM, so that's electronic dance music.
Yeah.
So that's all my house stuff.
Is Jess in there?
I think she's in one of them actually.
Yay.
Yeah, drum and bass. Yeah, so there's like house picks. So I just pick house tracks. Continuous mixes, because there are some in there. Trance, dance, electro house, funky house, tech house. They all have their differences.
Funky lady.
But then I've got genres as well. So rock, main floor, R&B and soul, Motown, dance, disco, dance anthems.
I love all of them.
Noughties to 20s, dance bangers. So what I'm doing is I'm curating my library all the time.
Yeah, you have to, don't you?
Yeah. So there's one on here, like punk and indie. You know, there's Biffy Clyro, there's Offspring, there's all sorts of stuff on there.
So how often do you do this? Because sometimes when we have the podcast, you know, what you're doing this weekend, I'm chilling out. But obviously you knew last weekend that you had a DJ party coming up this weekend. Yeah. So do you prep in terms of that? Do you put time aside and make sure?
I've been on my laptop the last 3 nights.
Right.
Doing stuff. Don't get me wrong, it's not every week.
No.
It's not every week because, you know, once I've curated it, it's done.
It's done.
But what you got to do is stay on top of the music. So you're not saying about the trends and stuff. So last night I've rejoined DJ City, which is one of the DJ pools, and I pulled some stuff down. There's a really funny, do you know the Jet2 Holiday advert?
Yeah.
There is a troll edit of a song that goes in. There's 2. So I'm going to play one of them tomorrow night over an Avicii track. But it's like, welcome to what is it? Jet2 Holidays, you know, it's £50 off for a family of 4, whatever it is, you know, that sort of thing. I've got an edit of that, which I'll play you off air. And it's just to trip the crowd up a little bit and have a bit of fun.
Have a bit of fun.
Cheesy music. Club, right. So club, that is, let's say you thrust me into a bar in the middle of town.
Yes.
What am I going to play?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So like, again, but also that could be any one of the parties that I
could be doing.
That could be a 21st.
Yeah.
It's the problem is, like, if I did, so like for example, Gen Zs, they're asking for ABBA as well.
Well, of course
it's not just the young.
Of course.
Yeah.
Music genres, you know, obviously speaking to Mike and the rest of the team, music genres just caters for everything. You could have a punk rock guy, but, you know, it's like, you know, he's heavy rock. Dan, he loves his metal rock. You know, some of the tracks that I listen to that he's listened to, I'm like, wow, that's overpowering. It's like thumping beat. It's people screaming. But obviously, it's what everybody's taste. But then, you know, he comes down to ours and I've got ABBA playing on and he's going, banging track ABBA. And it's just like, it's a completely different thing. That's why it spreads over so many genres.
Seamless, that mix, by the way.
Thank you.
But yeah, you're right. Having that breadth. But as a DJ, yes, you can know your gear and all that. In fact, funky.
Is this your first deck?
No.
So you've obviously upgraded.
Third.
I bet Corey loves you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I started back in the day. What I was actually trying to do was cut video like here.
Yeah.
So I could use this in our and stuff. So there's no reason, and this is why I got it in the first place, was that I was trying to mix some songs together for videos. That's what sort of triggered me as
Gotcha.
well. So I was like, yes, I want to play music, but actually I was like, I could do this to mix out music's where it's relevant. So here, you know, then I got a DJ controller. This controller here is £1,700. Yeah. So
Ouch.
yeah, but that's why people and this is the other thing. Like a single light can be £400.
Oh gosh, I know.
Yeah. The booth themselves are like 400 quid. Like everything starts at like £400 and then works up. So there's a lot that goes
We
into
had all
it.
the lights, we had all the discos. Not only do we have to carry the decks and the records and that, with all the lights, all the strobe lights,
Yeah.
all the things. And again, that's the worst thing you obviously had. I always remember there was 4 big black boxes that did spinning lights and
Yes.
stuff like that. We had a tiny controller here that could change it to flash, rotate, you know, there's a couple of them. And you'd always get the, shall we say, inebriated person running up, leaning on the 4 boxes, and we'd be like, no!
Yep.
You know, because they're toppling them and the amount of things that we got broke.
So
but
to-
again, it's, you know,
To give you an example, I'm going to stop the music here, but I had someone once put their drink here.
yeah, thanks for that.
And not only did they put their drink here,
Which stopped the music, by the
we
way.
stopped the music. It was full of liquid.
Yeah, not the right thing to put on
So
here.
part of the battle you have, obviously, with people and alcohol is, you know, they often want to lean in and tell you.
Yeah.
I always make a point of stepping to the side. I won't step. Make a point of stepping to the side, so that you can do that. Basically, like it's really important that you look after the gear.
No.
And one drink. I mean, this was covered in sticky prosecco one night.
Excellent. That was also seamless.
And there was a vocal coming in, so I was like, just crash.
Yeah. To be
Yeah.
fair, going back to when I was with Sharky's Discos, that's why we were along, not only to carry the gear, because it's very hard to Harry, who was the guy, but we were the bouncers, so to speak. So we would either up on a stage, tucked away in a corner,
Yeah.
and we would be the people at the front, not allowing them to get to the DJ, and we'd go, sorry, can we help? Do you want a song? Yeah. And we'd feed it back, because we're not allowed to have drinks around here like that. Because back then it was all disc and that, but if you spilt a drink on your deck, you would.
Yeah, yeah. It's absolutely the same. And you see these nightmare situations going on where people have done that and done it, and people just they don't realise until it happens.
Yeah.
Which sounds ridiculous, but honestly,
No, I get it. I've seen it.
So I've had it where people are trying to, you know, they put drinks on speakers
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and people think, oh, it's the DJ being like, ugh. It's like, no, it's a box full of electrics
Yeah.
that could get knocked or kicked. Like that's, you know, we generally put our speakers on stands. It depends on the event and the space.
Of course, yeah.
There's been events where I've done it on the floor, but what I've done is I've put the speakers in the booth
Yeah.
just to keep it away from people and this, that, and the other. But no, so learning all the kit's awesome. I
Yeah,
love the
God,
kit.
yeah.
Take a break, obviously. Tech, it's awesome. Tech, right? It's
Really good.
amazing. You can beat sync things. You can do all sorts of stuff with it. And then with laptops, there's stems feature,
Right.
which is you can take away the drums or take away the vocals or take away the instrumentals, and it changes the game in terms of
course it
mixing.
does.
Can't do this on this set of decks. Could if I plugged it into my laptop
Yep. No, I get it.
and set the buttons up to do that.
What's the next level of this up for you? Are you looking to go, or is this like, no, this is...
This is what I need for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a few different options. The equipment has moved on in the last 2 years in particular, where they're condensing this into battery powered and smaller,
Yeah.
still with a microphone feed. So there's a £1,300 Alpha Theta deck, which has got that and it's battery powered,
Wow.
and it's small.
Yeah.
You saw how heavy this case was when I bring it in, but the
Yeah.
reason why it's in a thick case, and the case had weight,
Gosh,
but it's
yeah.
so I'm protecting
Yeah.
the equipment, because all I have to do is plug into speaker, plug into power, and I'm running.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are some like wireless options that always sound amazing, but I equally need to go, no, this is spot
certainly
on.
fantastic.
Yeah.
What you do.
You could go down the route next if you go like DD. They've just released the 3000s, which are, you've got one unit is one platter,
Yeah.
one side with a screen.
Yeah.
Then you need another one of those. They're like £4,000 a pop, so that's £8,000,
Yeah.
and then the mixer in the middle is the same. So it costs the same as a car. Like
Yeah.
that stuff you see that the pros are using is that this mirrors that. without it costing that.
No,
And
fantastic.
a lot of the performance elements are the same in
Yeah.
terms of what you can do. Could look at a 4-track mixer, do I want to have a go at mixing with 4 decks and this, that, and the other. Sky's the limit. But in
Yeah,
terms of what I've
exactly.
got, you know, it's this. I think
Yeah.
the most important thing is song selection,
Yes.
working with the crowd. And the other thing that people don't realise is they might go, I'm here for the music, but you need to be able to talk to everybody
Absolutely.
there. And it's so important to get that right because, you know, I did a birthday party the other week. They've got a cake. They need everyone telling to come around and do the cake.
Buffet's open.
Yeah, the buffet's open, things like that. But it's funny, you tell people the buffet's open, so I've developed a technique with that. Tell people the buffet's open, they don't go. If I say, right, ladies and gentlemen, the buffet's now open. Please don't be shy. Please go and help yourself. The food is hot and ready. Please just go for it. Because what happens is everyone does that polite thing
Yeah.
where they don't go up for the food
Because they don't want to be the first.
because they don't want to be the first. And I'm like,
I'm usually the first.
yeah, yeah, good. pushing people. But it does happen.
Yeah.
So now I always say, please don't be shy. Please go and get the food. It is there to be eaten. It's ready now. And then we
Yeah.
can continue with the party. And what I'll do is I'll drop the music back a little bit
Of course.
during that time. So it's like understanding the ebbs and flows. It's understanding, you know, if it's a birthday and they've had the buffet, so I'm like, right, have they got a cake? Do they want to sing happy birthday?
Absolutely.
Do
Any
they want to get
speeches?
a photo? Do they
Yeah.
have speeches? And it's making sure that you're catering for everyone's needs as best possible, while also doing sort of crowd control.
Yeah.
Because you're dealing with a lot of people. There's one of
yeah.
you, and there could be loads. And you know, it's quite a lonely job in the sense that you're running the party, everyone's together and having a good time, but you're there doing that. You're dealing with people asking for requests. Some of them are just like completely out of it, and you're like, in terms of requests, like, what are you thinking? Absolutely not. But it's how do you say that to them without being rude?
No, absolutely.
It's how do you know, and sometimes people are persistent, and you equally, I sometimes get songs that are on no playlist.
Yeah.
Don't play these songs. In fact, I think I've got some tonight, but I will get the song requested. And in fact, there was the wedding I did in the summer. There was like 8 no play songs, and it was like the Black Eyed Peas, I Got a Feeling. It was Mr. Brightside, The Killers. It was Shut Up and Dance. All the common ones that you hear. And I didn't play them. And at the end of the night, someone came up to me and they were like, "Can you play this?" I'm like, "I can't. I've got a no playlist. I'm not meant."
Is
I'm
there a
not
reason
playing it."
for that, though? Is that just because...
They just don't. Well, A, they know their friends better than them. B, you know, for example, so on my survey, another question I ask is no playlist songs. For example, someone might not want to play Sweet Caroline
Yeah.
if they were in a former relationship with someone called Caroline.
Yeah, to make...
You know, that's
No,
the
it's a fair
example I
point.
always use.
Yeah.
And if it's the wedding where they're not married to Caroline, they're married to someone else,
That's a no playlist.
that could be a no playlist.
Yeah.
You know, so some DJs go, I have a policy where I don't play songs with people's names in.
Yeah.
You know,
I can understand.
you know, but so there's all of that, and sometimes it'd be like, I want this song out of a movie, which is really niche, but you do it, and the crowd, like, they're all bought into it, they're all friends, and they do know their audience really well. So there's the degree of, I need to trust that they know what they're suggesting and understand what that means. I also need to trust myself in going, no, that song's not appropriate. And I think the difference is who's booked you,
Yeah.
do what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who, you know, like, so if it's a couple, obviously the gent might have booked you or the lady might have booked you. And if the gent says, I don't want that, you don't play that. You do what they want. The rest of them, the problem is there's 150 people. If I go tell me a song, I'll probably get 150 different answers.
You will.
So you've got to kind of be a guiding hand
Yeah. I know.
to help people out.
Oh, well, thank you for that, mate. That's been really interesting. And looking back, 100 episodes, my friend.
I know. I asked you for 6, a commitment of 6.
Yep, you owe me 94.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think of the experience then?
It actually has been really good. I mean, the things that stand out for me from episode 1, I re-listened to that yesterday just to sort of like get, is anybody out there?
Yes,
we probably only had like...
I need to listen to that again.
Yeah, it was quite funny, right up to where we are now. And if you think about it, when we were at the Darlington Business Club, you know, some of the standout moments there, Great Air Ambulance, speed podding, we've said we'd try and do something like that again. Standout people for me, in terms of the Keith with his
Yes, the VR.
Parkinson's and the VR. That's just fantastic. And to be fair, everybody has been phenomenal in terms of
it's
what
been
we've
lovely.
done. I mean, even going just back to last week's episode, Yolanta, she was brand new, very nervous, came away and was absolutely like that. Thank you.
I had a lot of fun with that
so
episode.
much. Thank you so much. So no, the only thing that I'd like to do, my friend, is say thank you for introducing me to podcasting
Yeah, well, there you
and
go.
to get it done. So thank you, my friend. It's been an absolute
Shaking
pleasure.
my hand. Look at this. This is
Absolute pleasure.
Took 100 episodes to get a thank you. Maybe that should be the title. 100 episodes to get that one. You can.
No, I'm only kidding.
But yeah,
And now I officially retire.
don't drop the mic.
Don't drop
By the way,
mic.
never drop the mic.
No.
It'll damage him.
Yeah, very much. So.
For
But no,
me,
thanks, mate.
For
It's
me,
been
some of the standouts, like you say, the Great North Iron Ambulance was the speed podding as part of the Darlington Business Club. That was brilliant. Really enjoyed that. I think just the amount of laughter we've had has been really good with our various guests.
bad jokes.
Bad joke. Yeah, sorry, everybody. That's been really enjoyable in terms of just getting to know different people. Like, it's introduced me to new people on a podcast. Obviously, there's been bits where I've been on holiday, not been. You've done every one.
Yeah,
There's been bits because obviously I was away, but it's a joined up approach. And I think whilst we've created the Rare Bookshop, fictional Rare Bookshop thing, that's been quite good. But then even Darren Carpet Ninja, who is starting out, and he's still going, by the way. We need to get him in.
We need to get him back in and do that.
in a
But we
few
said
more
we'd
months.
start do that. We said we'd start bringing back people going, listen, it's been a year. Let's get you back. What's the difference a year makes?
So it's been so interesting to. It's kind of, well, put it this way: you were at that event in Newcastle,
Yes.
and that chap came up to you going, "Hey,
Who I've
Andy."
never met before.
Yeah, and he went, "Hey, Andy, where's Adam?" He's like, "In Darlington," but that's so lovely that someone recognised you and done it. And it's like Lantha was saying last week. She's like, "Hi, Adam." I was like,
And you were like,
"Hello, you."
Who are you?
That does happen
Yeah.
because you're broadcasting and you put it out there, and it's a bit of a bit of a change for me to get used to over that time.
Yeah.
And then I got introduced to someone not so long ago. And I went, "Oh, you're the podcast guy," So it's really kind of broadened our horizons.
I think so.
We spend so much time working so hard.
Yeah. Gosh, yeah. I know that.
And it's kind of like what I'm saying with the DJing. So to bring it back to that, you can learn how to use that. Everyone focuses on the gear. Same with camera, videography. You can, business. Everyone focuses on the gear or the system, or do I need to buy this or buy that? But at the end of the day, it's about people.
Oh, definitely.
And that's what this podcast is about. And, I think it's how you work with people, how you manage challenging circumstances. But actually, you also just need to give yourself a bit of a break. And this is why it's take a break. Because we were talking about tech anyway during the week in the moments that we had. We've then made a concerted effort to do it every week. And I actually feel so much better every week when I've done it. Because
it's lethargic.
It's lethargic, as you said, or cathartic, as you meant to say. But you got out of the car, I was like, "How's your week been?" You went absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Because you're dealing with all these Windows 10 updates. It's happening, everybody.
Yes.
But you're running around. You're doing so much. You don't look like you did when you got out of the car. You look like, oh, God, this is hard work.
Yeah, it is.
Whereas, yes, it's taking time out of our business. Yes, we're not doing the work. But actually, maybe we shouldn't take ourselves too seriously all the time, which is kind of why I did DJ Adam.
No, absolutely, mate. I think it's an absolute fantastic thing that you've done. I've learned so much, both in terms of our guests, in terms of the history that you've ran me through, photography, typography with your typewriters and stuff like that.
I accidentally got 3.
Yeah, but that's been hugely gratifying for me. And do you know what? It is. I said to Michelle this morning, it's like running around. We've got this, we've got this, we've got this, we've got this, and stuff like that. And the first thing I said, yep, I'll get around to it. I'm off to DJ a podcast. But I actually was looking forward to that. And I think that's been a good, all credit to you, Adam. You've provided all of the tech. I've just provided the bad dad jokes, but the guests as well. But it has been really, really entertaining. And, God bless us, mate. I hope it's the next 100. I will keep on doing this. And I just hope everybody out there, even if we joke the one listener, if they get a tiny bit of enjoyment out of this, then you know what? We've done our job.
It's more than one, I can confirm.
Is it really? Is it 2 now?
By the way, Kane, you're getting a 3rd shout out. He wants to come on the podcast, I think 17th of October.
Oh, very good. Let's get that done.
Can we do that?
Absolutely.
Kane, if you're listening, you can show me now if you are listening right to the end. Send me a message. Right. What are you doing that weekend? Last quick one. Can't forget that question.
Sadly, working. We're flat out. We are flat out. I'm taking a load of Ubiquiti hardware home and configuring it all. Honestly, as well as the Windows 10s, we've obviously got customers that are looking to upgrade. Everybody over at a certain company over in Darlington looking to upgrade to Wi-Fi 7, upgrade all of their PCs. They've decided to really jump. And then, again, one of the other things that we're doing, it's really, really interesting. And don't get me wrong, Adam, I'm not complaining. It's gratifying. But recently, I've had 3 customers that I have taken on, fairly new customers, and they've all been what they class themselves as VAs, virtual assistants.
Okay, yeah.
And I've dealt with those virtual assistant companies, bringing them on board. Excuse me. What's been really nice is that they've introduced me to their customers. And just to give you an example, there's a lovely, lovely lady called Connie, who's actually the sister-in-law to Rosie, who I first got as a VA. She passed me on to Connie. Connie then passed me on to this other lady, which is fantastic. And we met this week, and now I've got that customer. And we met on Thursday, yesterday, saying, right, let's put a meeting in, Connie, and we will talk about your customer and how the next steps are. I jumped on the call with a Teams meeting call, and she went, oh my God, Andy, I've just come off a new customer, a brand new customer, and I've told them all about you. She's going to be giving you a ring. And that is...
That's what you need.
That
It's
is
all about helping people.
phenomenal.
It's all about helping
She
people.
was saying, God bless again, she was just saying, the reason that we've come to you is that we had another person, shall we just say, and honestly, I came off the phone with my other customer, and her wording to Connie was like, what a difference between Andrew and this other person. She went, I feel so much more at ease. I really feel as though he's understood what we are, and I feel ready to let go and finally move on and grow my business. And Connie fed that back to me, and I went, oh, that is so good, thank you. And Connie was like, she does not say these things lightly. You have made such an impression. I went, well, thank you so much.
Trusted partner.
Trusted partner, mate. And honestly, in terms of what we've done together, it's just been great. And obviously, you know Rosie. I've passed some work on to you.
Yeah.
And again, I think that's what it's all about.
It is.
Not
It's
only have we
collaboration.
talked about Take a Break together, but we've actually collaborated and actually given each other work.
100%.
Now it's 100 episodes.
100 episodes. Well,
What are you doing for the weekend? DJ. He's
DJing
tonight.
I'm really
Saturday.
excited to be playing some. I think it's Kenyan music, African music. Believe it's Kenyan. Obviously, I can't validate whether it is. I don't know.
No.
But I've had to listen. It's brilliant. Really
Good.
excited to play that. So
Good.
I've got that, and then I'm with Jess from the Hullabaloo for her birthday. I won't say how old.
21,
She,
obviously.
yeah, of course. She wants plenty of dance tunes.
Dance tunes.
So I'm really excited to get stuck into that. And the rest of that is family time.
Sunday, just pure family
Kids
time.
rugby. Kids rugby. I'm not playing rugby this weekend.
Did you win last week?
We didn't play last week.
Ah, right, okay.
So yeah, so it's a lot. I'm just having. There are games tomorrow, but just with the timings and where we're playing, I can't do it. And yeah, I'm not fully fit, so I need to take another week.
I think, finally, just to close off, mate, joking apart, I'd like to thank all of our listeners, all 2 of them.
Yep. And Alina.
And Alina, that's 3 of them.
She's had no choice in the matter about listening.
And
to this.
Adam, thank you. So, yeah, for everybody that is listening, joking apart, thank you so much keeping with us. It's been really appreciated. I hope you've enjoyed our journey. And let's hope for many more, sir.
Absolutely.
All right.
See you next week.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.